Hi guys, it's Laura again. I think I clicked a button. I was in the middle of Meal Prep Sundays and I was saying to say a shout out to Miss Gail Denard, who was Allie's preschool teacher. And Miss Gail and I have kept in touch over Facebook, and I love hearing from her. So I was just in the middle of showing how I cut up the grapes so we don't get too many grams of sugar, but then I have my nice Italian style fruit bowl that we keep on our island, which, by the way, my husband hates the fact that I always have something on the island. I was telling my girlfriend Margot that last night. My husband just likes the island clear. I like to have a fruit bowl on the island. All right, so we're gonna recycle this. Next, we're gonna do strawberries. So, my daughter started liking strawberries, and I like to cut them up because my cousin Pam told me this. If she doesn't cut up the fruit, her family doesn't eat it. So we're cutting up fruit. I'm gonna give them a little rinse. And I've been really into Pyrex. I've been switching from plastic and going to Pyrex because I'm trying to avoid whatever BPAs are in the plastic that are possibly leaching out. As I'm getting older, I'm just trying to be a little more health conscious and kind of go back to my roots of like what my grandmothers did. They always had Pyrex. They back then they didn't have like Ziploc disposables or Glad disposables or Ziploc bags for that matter. And whenever they would go in the fridge, they were always putting things in Pyrex like leftovers. So let me go get a Pyrex. And Rich gave me hey Jennifer, how are you? Rich gave me he went to Costco one day during the holidays, and he came home and he goes, you sent me to Costco for meat, and I came back with all kinds of Christmas gifts. He gave me a set of Pyrex for Christmas under the tree, which you might think is weird, but I'm really into Pyrex, so I'm so psyched that he gave it to me. So you're gonna see we're cutting up these strawberries. Is anyone else using Pyrex? I'm just wondering. I think my sister Lisa has the antique Pyrex, well, vintage, I guess, from my grandma Addie. My sister comes on, she'll have to tell us. Hey Doug, how you doing, buddy? Doug and I were friends back in 7th grade. I still remember his smile. He was always such a friendly, happy friend in 7th grade. What's up, buddy? And Doug doesn't live too far. Doug lives just west of here. I'm in Rockaway. I think Doug is, not that I'm giving away your location, buddy, but Doug and his wife live not too far from here. And we always say, oh, we should get together. And we never do, but that's okay. Just the thought of it is nice, like a little double date. So here we go. So I take these, hey Aunt Philly, I take these strawberries and I put them on my arugula with my chicken from Costco that's now bagged up in 4-ounce bags that Allie and I fight over. And I'm also dairy-free these days, but I have been eating goats and sheep's milk, and I have goat milk feta, sheep's milk feta and goat cheese. So I do arugula, strawberries, a little chicken, and a little bit of crumbled feta that's made from sheep's milk, and it's awesome. Not every feta is sheep's milk. A lot of it is cow's milk, which is fine, but like I said, I'm dairy-free, but on the dairy-free version that I'm dealing with right now, I can handle the sheep's milk because it has different rennet, which is some milk protein inside the sheep's milk. So I think I'm getting that all right. Yes, Doug, we need to get together. I agree. All right, so here we have our strawberries. It's going right in the fridge. Okay, so now on to the next. Recycling. I talked about the strawberries. Oh, Brussels sprouts. So, how many of you love Brussels sprouts? Hey, Karen, I miss you. Hi, honey. Karen Fuller. So, Brussels sprouts are amazing roasted. Let me get a bowl. I'll be right back. I broil the Brussels sprouts right in the oven. They're really, really good. I'm just cutting off the stems, taking off the outsides. I'm a little picky about that, but you can throw a little balsamic on them. Hi, Miss Gail. Miss Gail is Allie's preschool teacher. I started to say it before. Allie, will you come say hi to Miss Gail? Come over here.
Who?
Your preschool teacher, Miss Gail, is on. Hey, aw. Miss Gail, Allie saying hi. Miss Gail was the best. Miss Gail taught us when the kids were little, Miss Gail would say, instead of the kids saying no, Miss Gail would just say, no, thank you. Which, say, oh, may I have a snack? No. No, thank you sounds better. When you first say it, it sounds weird, but I have to say, Miss Gail, we picked it up in my family from you. And now Allie, my nieces, my nephew, we all say it. My cousin Kim's kids. Miss Gail said hi back.
I saw.
So what else? So these Brussels sprouts, I'm going to roast them. I think I may make them with the salmon. Another thing I'm doing with meal prep Sundays is I kind of plan out my week. It's nothing different. Like we have the same things every week. We have like, where's my pen? We have like chicken, we have salmon, we have ribs, we have pork chops. Maybe we'll do a roast pork. Maybe I'll do cod. Rich will have venison. Along with my dairy free, I'm also trying to do no beef. But I will eat venison or elk because it's lean and it's just healthier for you. And I guess I'm fortunate that my husband and my daughter, obviously, I hope this doesn't offend anyone, but they are filling my freezer with venison. So I'm going to take the Brussels sprouts and roast them. I'll post the recipe in the comments, and they're just delicious. So what other ideas do you have? Hey, Krista, how are you? Hey, Allie. Oh, so Allie Zorlis. Allie and I went to college together, and Allie always spelled, Allie's very Italian, and Allie spelled her name A-L-I, and I fell in love, not only with Allie, but in how she spelled her name. So when I had a baby, my husband and I were going to name her after my maternal grandmother, Adeline. But at the time, like in 2004, I didn't think that, like I thought Allie would get beat up on the playground if her name was Adeline Beatrice. So little did I know that with a few years later, everybody was going to name their kid Addie or Addison, and then the nickname would be Addie. So I said, Rich, we can't name her Adeline Beatrice. Let's just think of another A name. So he said, what about Alexandra? And I said, oh, that's awesome, because I can take my girlfriend Allie Zorlis' name, spelling A-L-I, and call our daughter Allie A-L-I, like in an Italian way. So Miss Gail, I don't know if you remember this. When Allie was in preschool, we spelled her name A-L-I, A-L-I, A-L-I. Miss Gail, you may not even know this. When Allie got to kindergarten, she came up here to, after kindergarten in Livingston at the Learning Experience, where Miss Gail was the teacher. Allie came up here to Rockaway. She was in Little Learner. She was also in kindergarten. First day of school, 5 years old. She comes home, and she's spelling her name A-L-L-I-E. And hey Judy, hey Priscilla, hey Vet. Vet and I work together. Vet and I work together at Chase, and we work together in Livingston. But back to Allie. So Allie comes home, all her papers say A-L-L-I-E. And I'm like, Allie, why are you spelling your name different? First day in kindergarten. She goes, the teachers didn't understand the Spanish. First of all, it was Italian. Second of all, it was Allie after my girlfriend Allie Zorlis, who's on with us right now. But I remember sitting at lunch with my friend Kay from school, one of my teachers who had a young son at the time. I mean, her son Zachary's in college right now. But she said, you know, Laura, Zach had the same thing. He spelled it one way when he went to school. We spelled it another way. And she said, just let it go. That was the best advice Kay ever gave me. Let it go, Laura, because it's Allie's name. And every time she writes her name on her paper, you want her to feel comfortable. So Allie Zorlis, you and I didn't win that battle, but my girlfriend Kay gave us good advice. Who else is on with us here? Hey, Judy. Hey, Priscilla. Hi, Priscilla. Priscilla is my beautiful cousin. She married my cousin, and he and I have the same great grandparents. So his grandpa and my grandma were brother and sister. Yeah. Allie's cutting cilantro and parsley for me. Allie has mad knife skills, I have to say. Girl Scouts prep this kid. Plus she butchers the venison that she harvests for me. So the kid's really good with that. I'm just saying hi. So anyway, Priscilla is gorgeous. She married my cousin, Matthew, who's also gorgeous. We saw beautiful pictures from their wedding. And we vacationed sometimes at the same time that her in-laws vacation down in Wildwood. Her in-laws are my cousin Jo Ann and Ernie, and they get a place in Cape May, and we always meet them in the middle of Cape May for ice cream. And you know, with the quarantine and everything, we didn't get to go this past year, but I know that that they went and they had a great time. What's Rich saying? Hey, honey. What's up? No! Rich is getting ready to go hunting. Again, sorry if that offends anyone, but we eat the meat. It's not like a trophy. It's we eat the meat, and it's helping with my beef-free lifestyle. Now, I'm trying to do beef-free, but it's kind of, I'm into this 80-20 because I feel like I can't do it 100% of the time. I do my best, but if I avoid beef and eat other red meat like 80% of the time, then if I'm with my girlfriend and she makes, like my girlfriend Pam makes a nice, it's a pot roast in the crock pot and it's delicious. It's a Mississippi pot roast. I can have it and it's like, what am I going to do? I can't do everything. So I'm fit. I could be fitter, but I'm an 80-20 kind of girl. So here we are with the Brussels sprouts. I'll post the recipe in the comments. I also I'll let the outside leaves kind of flake off a little bit because they get crispy when you roast them. Little olive oil, a little balsamic glaze I'll put on when they come out. I love shallots. That's a nice alternative. Where are they? I love shallots as a nice alternative to garlic and onions sometimes because it's got a nice sweet flavor. And what else, guys? Okay, so that was Brussels sprouts. So now I'm going to talk, oh, here's one that got out of the thing. So now I'm going to talk about this romaine. So when you send your husband and your daughter to Costco, and one is in one aisle and one is in the other aisle in ShopRite, and they bring home 2 giant bags of romaine and 1 little bag of romaine, and I like arugula, so I'm like, Allie, how are you going to eat all that romaine? But my mom always says, oh, hey, Amy. Amy. I love Amy. Amy lives on the same street that my grandmother lived on down in Shark River. And Amy's an amazing cancer survivor. We love you, Amy. So when look at this romaine. It's disgusting, but I refuse to throw it out. So my mother, listen to this. I wish my mother was on. I wonder what she's doing right now. Hey, Susan. Susan is so adorable. I love Susan. She's a gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous friend of mine who's here in Rockaway. She's intelligent. She's loving. She's a great mother. She's a great daughter. She's a wonderful friend. We're going to do a book club and we're going to go do crocheting together. But anyway, so my mother says to me, take your wilted lettuce, saute it with garlic, chopped garlic, and a little olive oil, and that's going to be your vegetable. And I thought, all right, I feel bad throwing it out. It's a lot of lettuce, but my kid can't eat that much. So that's what we're doing with Meal Prep Sundays with the romaine. What else can I show you? Okay, I have 2 more things. So this is asparagus from Costco. It's a big giant bag. It's about $7, and the way that this roasts down, it literally, we will eat it in one sitting, and whatever's left over, like I will eat it as a snack. It's unbelievable. I know, right, Miss Gail? Miss Gail, are you saying wow to what my mom said? So look, I'm not being wasteful, but it's really tough. the bottoms are tough. So I try and cut so I get to the green. And here's your trick. Now, husband, I don't have enough Pyrex to do this, so give me a minute. So I take our wonton soup containers, and I find it's best to put asparagus the way they put it in the store. King's does this. You put it in water, and it helps keep it hydrated, like your skin hydration. Your vegetables need hydration too, and it won't get dried out. So if I don't use the asparagus till like Thursday or so, it'll still be delicious. So I roast these, again, just olive oil and sea salt. I'm really into iodized sea salt these days because I had the thyroid cancer, and you know, my cousin Roy said, "Oh, Lori, you know, we as a society don't get enough iodine in our diet," and that he's super smart, and he's a dairy farmer, and he just knows so much about the cows' bodies, the human body. He said, you know, we don't get enough iodine, and I don't know what my cancer doctors would say about that, but I'm going with it. So we've been getting iodized sea salt. I've also been following like a lectin-free, which is where I'm getting my dairy-free and my my beef-free, my sugar-free, and my gluten-free. So where was I going? Oh yeah, sea salt. So I take this, I put it in, again, a Pyrex, because I'm really into glass. I'm not doing disposable aluminum as much as I can, like in an 80-20 way. But I take these, I put them in the fridge, and if you leave them like till Friday, they'll actually start to sprout. It's ridiculous. Like all of a sudden you'll see like one this high, and you're like, where did that come from? But then I forget, hey Amy, hey Andrea, I forget that that you can do romaine and grow it, that you can grow asparagus from asparagus. But anyway, so this is what we'll do. Olive oil, sea salt, iodized sea salt, and that's it. You could also drizzle balsamic glaze on this. I'm gonna have to show you how to make balsamic glaze one day. It's so easy and amazing and delicious. And you don't need to pay $30 for a bottle that's this big. You can get your big giant bottle of balsamic vinegar at Costco and cook it down on the stove. Stir it constantly. It takes about 30 minutes. So you could listen to a podcast or listen to a book on tape, and voila. You have enough balsamic vinegar for yourself and to gift it to a friend. So here we go with our asparagus. We might have that tonight. Tonight we're having Costco ribs. I'm a little bit of a traditionalist. So it's Sunday. I would normally have meatballs and sauce, but I don't have any made. And I was gonna like buy a frozen bag and get a jar of sauce. And my husband looked at me like, who are you? And where's my wife? So he said to me, why don't we just do ribs tonight? So we're gonna have Costco ribs. We're gonna make Jiffy corn mix. Again, it is corn. I don't think that there is gluten in here. So this is part of my 80-20. I can't do it all the time. I like cornbread with ribs. I'm gonna have it. And asparagus, and that's it. That's our meal for Sunday. We'll also do salmon. We got our salmon at Costco. Later in the week, we might do a pork roast. What else? Oh, and I have chicken thighs. I'll probably do them in the crock pot. Hey, Aunt Phil, you do the same thing with your asparagus? Yeah, it's great, right? Let's see. Brussels sprouts, romaine. Good, let's see. Okay, one of the breads that I'm allowed on the gluten-free is sourdough because it's fermented. So I've been trying to eat sauerkraut, and fermentation is good for your digestion. So that's wonderful. I have a friend I went to high school with that just started making sourdough. I'm waiting for him to send it to us. Otterbein, if you're out there, send me some sourdough. What does Miss Denard say? Do I have any ideas for cauliflower rice? Oh my God, it's the best. You're going through treatment again for your breast. Let's all say a prayer for Miss Denard. Dear God, please help her get through this cancer treatment and keep her healthy and safe. Mustard, a little bit of garlic and olive oil on your cauliflower rice. Like I put it in the microwave in a Pyrex and it's amazing. And I'll cheat. Listen, we're working. We got to do something. Hey, Jamie. Hey, Samantha. Garlic powder, mustard, or adobo. Adobo is great because it's got a lot of seasoning in it. It's got your salt, your pepper, your garlic, your onion. It has a lot of other things too. Black pepper and turmeric and oregano. Or just plain garlic powder. We do that all the time. And I'm following Dr. Gundry's lectin-free lifestyle. And what Dr. Gundry says is bring your olive oil to the table. He said food is really just an object to get the olive oil into your body because it has polyphenols that, again, are really, really healthy for your body. So a lot of times we do frozen broccoli. Microwave it, put olive oil, a little adobo, mix it up, and that's it. Okay, our last thing for today is, I have a grinder here. I love these. I got these at Williams-Sonoma. Anytime anybody comes to my house, it's so funny. They twist it and then it opens up because I didn't realize I was buying like the battery operated ones. I thought I was just getting like the regular grinders. So you have to like touch the top and it, obviously I need new batteries, and it grinds for you. But I'm replacing this salt with Celtic Sea Salt. So check this out. I've listened to a lot of podcasts and I follow The Skinny Confidential, and she and her husband, Lauren Bostjancic and Michael Bostjancic, are like self-educated entrepreneurs, and they have on a lot of health experts. And one of the things that I forget who it was, honestly, said was to try Celtic Sea Salt. Some people actually put it in water and drink it every day as part of their health tonic. Miss Gail has both. So Celtic Sea Salt has magnesium, calcium, and potassium in it, which is good for you. And supposedly it is one of the best on the market for just a little better than just plain sea salt. We're not afraid of salt in this family. I mean, Rich is on blood pressure medicine, so I try and watch what I cook with. But Allie and I will have it at the table so that we're keeping him around. Here we go. All right, guys, I want to thank you for spending time with me on Meal Prep Sundays. Just to recap, we went through how you can help yourself with some lunches with some cut up chickens from Costco. If you will eat a rotisserie chicken without the skin, we put it in bags in 4 ounces and freeze them, and we have lunches with our, we grab lettuce from the bag, and that's what we have for lunch. For dinners, we're doing salmon, maybe pork roast, maybe a pork that's roasted, Costco ribs, chicken, and maybe we'll do some cod later in the week. Hey, Barbara. Hey, Mike. Mike married one of my good friends. They're such a cute couple. I love them. One of the few couples from high school that are still happily married. There are a handful of them, which is great, and I love it. If I knew who I was in love with back then, oh my God. I love my husband, but I wasn't as lucky to meet my forever love in high school, but my friend Mike did, and he and Christine wound up getting married, later in life, which is wonderful. So back to recap. Brussels sprouts, asparagus, romaine, and Celtic salt. Thanks for spending time with me on Meal Prep Sundays. See you during the week. Try and get out and do a day of service for the Martin Luther King holiday to honor the great Dr. King. Take care.